staff is one of the better weapons that they release for warriors, but not every warrior wants to play warrior to heal. But what if I told you that the staff enables one of the most glass cannon playstyles in the game, a Power Berserker? The reason is because Power Berserker relies on the berserk mode to do most of its damage, and when it doesn't have the berserk mode, you need to kite and stall for time, and the staff does that perfectly. So when you're in berserk mode, you go into one of your high damage weapons like axes or the rifle, and then when you're out of berserk mode, you go into your staff and kite. So in this video, I'm going to be showing a Power Berserker build for World vs. World and PvP that is a lot of fun and is probably the most viable version of it in quite some time. If you do enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe to help support me, and of course check out the links in the description. Creating this content takes some time, so any support would be appreciated. Without any further ado though, let's go into the video. The gear I use is Marauders and Berserkers with the Rune of the Scholar. If you want a little bit more survivability, you can go for the Rune of the Brawler for some toughness. If you want more damage, you can just go full Berserker. I like a little bit of vitality because you are kind of squishy on this build. Now I go for the Relic of the Midnight King because Berserkers lack Fury usually, and this will give you the Fury that you need on Disable, though you do get a little bit of Fury as well from the Staff too. And then we're going to be using an Axe with Hydro and Vision. This is because when we swap into our Axe, we're going to immediately do a big combo, so having 100% crit chance is going to be really nice. Even though we have the Fury uptime, we still need the 100% crit chance on our Axe burst, which is going to happen in a very short window of time. Hydromancy is just going to add to that burst. Then on the staff, I use a Minstrel's Staff, and that's because you're not doing any damage on the staff, you're just kiting and healing yourself with it. So you swap to staff, you get a little bit more tankiness and damage reduction and healing, and then you swap to your axes, which are Zerker. For the traits, I go for Discipline, Defense, Berserker. You have to go for Warrior Sprint and Brawler's Recovery if you're going to Discipline. Those are just two mandatory. And then we go for the Axe Mastery trait instead of Burst Mastery, because even though we're using Primal Bursts, we don't really rely on the bursts as much, and more so the Axe weapon skills, and we get a lot more damage and cooldown reduction on our axes and adrenaline if we take the Axe Mastery trait. Then in defense, we go for Shield Master. We have Aegis on the Staff 3, the Sundering Leap, and the Defiant Roar or the Bullet Catcher is a durational block, and all of these will reflect projectiles. So that's just pretty nice in World vs. World where a lot of people are using projectiles. Then we have Lesser Endure Pain, Defy Pain. Whenever you use your Headbutt, you'll gain Endure Pain for 4 seconds. So Headbutt's an 18-second cooldown, so that's a pretty good uptime on Endure Pain. And then we need Cleansing Ire because this is the main condition cleanse of the build besides Mending. The Stalwart Strength is nice, but if you're going against any condition builds, you're just gonna immediately die, so you need Cleansing Ire. Then in Berserker, we go for the Savage Instinct and Eternal Champion combo. We get Stability, we get Quickness, we get Super Speed, we get Immunity to physical damage, and a Stun Break whenever we enter, and we get the option to leave Berserk mode with our F2 and get those bonuses again, which is really important because when we use our Axe combo, we want the quickness on the Axe 5 skill so that this really long cast time will happen a lot sooner, and it will give us way more damage if we're able to land things and people aren't able to react because we have super speed and quickness. We can stay on top of the target, and leaving Berserk mode gives us a little bit more utility in deciding when we can do that combo. Then we also go for Blood Reaction, which just gives us more damage. If you really wanted more sustain, you can go for Dead or Alive, but this build is not going to survive very long unless you do a lot of damage. Now the main idea is that you use the staff as your kiting weapon. You've got mobility on the 2 and the 3 skill. The 3 also gives you the unblockable buff, which is really nice because you can use the staff 4, which is an unblockable pull now, and that will set up your burst combo. We also have the staff 5, that's a block, and a heal if you use the second charge. So a lot of healing on the staff. You kind of just kite in between your burst combos, but your burst combo is essentially going to be a staff 5 into the axe 4, axe 2, axe 3. And that does a lot of damage because we've got the vision sigil. Axe 4 has like 2,000 base damage, axe 2 1,400, and then the axe 3, if they're below 50%, does a lot of damage as well. But even if they're not, it's just a fast attack that'll do a little bit of damage still and add to that burst combo. So once you've hit that, you'll 100% get to max adrenaline because you're hitting so many of those axe crits. And then you want to use your F1 in berserk mode, and then axe 5, you've got the quickness, and you can do the F1 again, or you could leave berserk mode and get the extra quickness to make your axe 5 even faster, right? So that's kind of like the main combo. You can leave early, do your axe combo again when you leave with the axe 4, axe 2 if you've got enough time to do that, and then you go back to the staff, kite, buy yourself some time until your F1 is off cooldown again. Then you go back in. You can use your leap skills, Sundering Leap, to get adrenaline if you need, or Bull's Charge to even set up your combo. And then you would go in, do the axe 4 after the staff 4, axe 3, and go into berserk mode, axe 5. It's not a very difficult to play build, but because it's so squishy, you have to be very aggressive and know when it is good time to go in. The staff 4 is your main combo enabler, but you've also got Bull's Charge, Headbutt, and if you really wanted to, you can go into berserk mode and use the F1 with staff, which is an immobilize, and you can immediately go into your axe combo from there. But the F1 does really low damage on the staff, so it's generally not the best to do that. It might be bugged right now or something, but it does less damage than the non-primal burst version of it. So generally I don't like to do that, but if you land your axe burst because of it, then you get the adrenaline back anyways, because as a berserker, right, you have only 10 adrenaline. So as soon as you use that axe 2, you're at full adrenaline anyways. So it's kind of like a free burst, even though it's not that good. But if it enables you to land your axe skills, then it's worth it. Now you can also go for a rifle build with this, with Force Air or Force Knight, with the Relic of the Warrior, just full Zerk, and the Scholar runes. You're just going to use Signets with the Signet trait in arms, and you have the 100% crit chance on your burst skills, and we've got just Berserker's power, all the damage modifiers in Berserker, and this is just a one-shot build. So what we do is we get in combat, use the 3, 2, or whatever, bait out a dodge or 2, and then we're just going to use Signet of Might, Signet of Fury, go into Berserk mode, F1, heal, F1 again, and if you have Signet of Rage up, you can do that as well beforehand, and that'll give you 20 might. So you're going to be at 25 might when you use both these two Signets, and you just do a lot of damage on that burst, and your 2 and 3 skill and rifle also do a good amount of damage, but it's mostly that you want to land the gun flame. So if you don't land that, then you just basically don't do any damage. So it's a very cheese oriented build. But yeah, you want to do F1, heal, F1, and then that's pretty much it. And then you just kite on your staff, as I said, while you're waiting for it. Now, because the ranked PvP season is over, we're going to go into some unranked. And believe it or not, this is an actual game mode that exists. Yeah, Stronghold. So we're going to be playing a Stronghold match as the Power Berserker with axes. If you want to play the rifle build, I don't really suggest that in PvP. You're going to get focused. But here we're going to do the axe combo after landing our staff 4. Get a Bull's Charge into our axe 5. Land our F1 on this Dragon Hunter. And I missed the headbutt, so I'm going to back off. My Berserk mode's gone, so I'm just going to go into staff. If you land the staff 2 on your allies, you would actually get adrenaline, so that helps you to get into your next berserk mode. But we're going to have plenty of adrenaline here because these team fights, we're just going to be hitting things really often. I go into Zerk mode to get my stability, and I'm a little bit out of position here, so I'm going to use my leaps to get out, stability, and one of them has died. So I'm going to try to just cleave that with my non-primal burst staff burst. Land my headbutt, but they block it. You can also use the staff 3 into your headbutt, so it's an unblockable headbutt, but we didn't do that. And we're just going to try to keep doing damage here because that cleanses us when we use the primal burst there. and gives us the adrenal health, so we're surviving while trying to, you know, kite that dragon hunter there. I've got my team behind me, so I want to back off while I'm waiting for my berserk mode. I can use the staff 3 here to get the unblockable and get ready for my staff 4. Pull them into the axe 4, axe 2, axe 3, and then I'm going to do my axe 5. Go into berserk mode. I don't really do too much damage if I don't crit there, and I believe that their Vindicator is a healer, so yeah, probably not going to do too much damage to them. I need to back off. I'm running out of my berserk mode. And when you're running out of berserk mode, you can just manually leave it, right, to get the damage immunity again. So here I'm trying to get some Aegis from the leap there, the Sundering Leap, and their Dragon Hunter is a little bit overextended, so we're going to focus them. Their healer comes in, so we need to cleave this hard. I use my axe while I've got the quickness. My ally goes down. I try to CC their healer, but they have way more support than us and players, so I need to back off. I use the leap there for the Aegis, but I get pulled by the Dragon Hunter. I need to use my stun break, heal while I've got stability, and use the line breaker for the Aegis there to reflect the Dragon Hunter's attacks. And I'm just going in and out of my berserk mode, trying to line of sight while we regroup here because we're getting pushed back into our spawn. So the staff is really good for getting mobility around, and we're gonna survive this. So I see that my team is pushing into their base with the NPCs, but I don't really need to do that. So I'm going to go and help them in the team fight. And it's just more fun to do that anyways. I don't really care who wins this match. It's a stronghold unranked match. I land the axe 4, 2, 3 combo on the Dragon Hunter, and because they were so low health, the 3 skill finishes them off. Now I see that they have a rifle warrior on their team, and I just run up to them and just axe them in the face. That's pretty much how warrior mains want to play. And now we've got them down. We can stomp, or we can just cleave them out manually. Now the mist buff is coming up. I can go for the channel on that. And yeah, we can do that with stability. So I go into stability. I get stolen into by a thief though, so I lost my stability. I'm going to use the balance stance to try to do it again, but I'm taking way too much damage from them. So I actually decide to cut my losses and just back off. Now the thief's going to chase me though, but I have my berserk mode ready. They shadow step and I'm not able to finish them with my CC combo, so I kite with my staff and block and the heals from the staff as well, and I'm going to go back in. So yeah, you can see the staff is really good for resustaining, so you can go back into the fight as soon as possible. Go into berserk mode just to get stability so my heal doesn't get interrupted, and I do the axe combo on that necro. They didn't like that and they backed off, but I'm still pretty low from taking damage here, so I see that their team is also pushing into us, so I'm backing off. They're going for some supplies, so I stop them with the headbutt there. They use their block, so I can't do much. Berserk mode with the axe 5 for the quickness, but I don't want to leave it just yet because I want to get the extra primal burst to heal, because you want to get the adrenal health, right? Now their team is pushing into us here at the mid area. I want to heal with the staff and mending. I see that they've got the Tybalt NPC from the mist buff, but they don't really have any door breakers with it, so it's not the biggest deal, but I do want to take it out because they'll eventually take out my gate. And I want to stall this match as long as I can so I can play the build. I'm trying to survive here with the F1. I had poison on me, so I don't heal much, but I'm just using terrain here to survive the thief. And they're not able to land any melee attacks on me because I'm using the height advantage there. And we're able to resustain with our staff abilities. Staff is a little bit overtuned for non-healer builds because there's just so much sustain on it. So, I mean, if you use it on a tanky build, you'll just be a bunker. But if you use it on a DPS, like glass cannon build, it's also pretty good because it gives you sustain that you don't otherwise have. The thief steals into my burst, so that's unfortunate. They're kind of being a nuisance to me. And I'm going to use my axe combo, but they shadow step again. And we're just going to go in because I don't feel too much pressure from a support and a thief. They don't have too much damage. So we're going to go for the kill on this Reaper here. I go for the line breaker, wait for their dodge, and then I'm going to go for the axe combo here. The healer is taking quite a bit of damage actually. Bull's charge. I'm going to heal because I have weakness on me and I don't want to hit no crits. My axe burst without primal burst does pretty much no damage. You don't ever want to use eviscerate, but I used it anyways because it can give you some cleansing and healing. And I'm being chased, so I'm going to back off with the staff. I get stolen into. Use the F1 in staff because that does do some pretty good healing. And we can use the line breaker here. Or no, that's the bullet catcher. I get the stun. I'm going to use my axe combo while they're stunned there. And the thief finally goes down because they ran out of stun breaks. And we just delete their entire team there. So yeah, you can see thieves and stuff like that that are always ranged. Kind of hard for you to hit because you're full melee. Berserker's not the fastest build, but you do have a lot of mobility with the leaps from Bull's Charge and Sundering Leaps. You can kind of catch them if they run out of their stun breaks. And this Dragon Hunter is using their block. We're going to try to get our adrenaline by swapping. I'm actually going to back off with the line breaker, heal up, look for another engage here. Looks like our team is actually pushing pretty well into the enemy base. I go for the staff 4 into the axe combo here, and we do a lot of damage. This Reaper didn't really dodge anything, so we're going to get the damage. Their healer's going for the res, so we need to do damage, but they have a lot of support. We end up getting the kill anyways from our teammate stomping, and we go for the axe combo after the Bull's Charge on their Dragon Hunter. And yeah, we have most of our team here now, so we're just able to get kills. In a normal conquest match, you don't want to be like dueling on this build. You want to be going into team fights where hopefully your team will support you and just doing massive damage. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. But now we want to push into their lord because whoever was pushing this lane has gotten the door open. So now we can go for the boss. We've got the archers in here. And there's not many NPCs left, so we can go straight for the Lord as soon as we kill some of these players. The Thief is running around. They've got the Rifle Warrior here. Use our Axe 5 to get some adrenaline. And go into Berserk. Don't crit on my Primal Burst, unfortunately. We're going to Bull's Charge into the Axe Burst here. And their Thief is running off with low HP. I'm just going to focus the Lord because they're going to be much more reliable to hit. They don't take much damage though, unfortunately. I headbutt the boss so that we can CC it, but I don't have any other CCs at the moment. So we're just going to have to hit them with our axe abilities. I'm not critting very much, unfortunately, but we're going to be able to take them out. And I want to get some adrenaline here so that I can go into the Berserk mode so I can get stability. I didn't do it early enough, so I got CC'd, but I'm going to leave as well and secure the stomp there. So that's pretty much how you want to be playing the Power Berserker in PvP and World versus World. If you like this content, as usual, support me by becoming a patron, clicking any of the links, subscribing, liking the video, and I'll see you all next time.